Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you a new extreme eye color quad by Tom Ford, and this is in number 1 Mercurial. And I mentioned that I wanted to pick this eyeshadow palette in one of my previous videos, so here it is. Today I'm going to show you close-ups and swatches in natural light. I'm also going to do side-by-side comparison swatches to two other Tom Ford eyeshadow quads because the top two shades look very similar to Nude Dip and the bottom two colors look very similar to Honeymoon. So I'm going to compare these today. And at the end of this video, I'm going to create a look using this eyeshadow palette. Keep in mind that this is a first impression review, so I can't give you a full review of this palette today, but I'm definitely going to update you in one of my next videos. So today I'm going to be using this palette for the very first time. If you're new to my channel, I'm so happy that you found me. I love talking about luxury beauty and fragrances, and I always do my best to give you reviews of the latest luxury beauty releases. So if that sounds interesting, please make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on. I really appreciate your support. Also, give this video a big thumbs up and share with a friend. Your support means so much to me. I really appreciate it. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, I would like to show you a close-up of this eye color quad, and I think that this is going to be one of the many holiday releases of Tom Ford. This year we are seeing so many new releases from Tom Ford, and some of the eyeshadow palettes that Tom Ford released this year have been just old eyeshadow palettes with a new limited edition packaging. So I was able to get Nude Dip in the limited edition black packaging because I didn't have this one. And today I'm going to compare Nude Dip to Mercurial. And also I expect that Tom Ford very soon are going to release Body Heat in a limited edition pink packaging, and I don't have Body Heat, so I'm definitely going to get Body Heat. But this palette is quite interesting because this is a completely new release from Tom Ford. So it comes in the Extreme formula, and last year's Extreme Eye Color Quad from Tom Ford was badass and a lot of people were disappointed. I personally loved the last year's badass Extreme Eye Color Quad, and I did a full review, so I'm very interested to try this one right now. Immediately after seeing this palette, I saw that the top two colors are very similar to Nude Dip of Tom Ford, and also the bottom two shades are very similar to two of the colors in Honeymoon. So that's why I'm swatching them side by side, just to see some comparison swatches and to decide whether you want to get this palette or not. This is the Wet and Dry formula from Tom Ford. Now, my very first impressions immediately after swatching the colors, immediately after touching the colors with my fingers, this is the first time that I'm touching them, they feel very creamy and they feel like the typical Tom Ford Wet and Dry formula, feel very nice. So here we have Mercurial and Honeymoon. Once again, natural light. The light is coming just from the window. So here is also Nude Dip. So Nude Dip, Mercurial and Honeymoon. And you can see here actually that these two colors are very similar. I'm going to give you close-ups. The rosy shade of Nude Dip is a little bit more intense, but it's just a fraction. But then on the eyelid, you're definitely not going to be able to see the difference. And now as I started swatching all three palettes, I have to say that for some reason, Nude Dip, I don't know if that's because it's in the black packaging, but Nude Dip feels a little bit drier than Mercurial, and the most creamy is Honeymoon. Now I want to create my first look using this palette, and I'm going to start with this beautiful rose gold color, and I'm going to apply this all over my mobile eyelid. And I think on the eyelid, this color actually is going to look very similar to the rose gold color of Nude Dip. So I used the Chanel double-ended brush on this eye, and for the other eye I want to use my finger just to see how different the application is going to be, and with finger immediately I can get a lot more color. Okay, so I just want to show you the first color applied all over my eyelid, and it's a very nude color. You're probably not going to see much because also I don't see that much. It's a color that blends very much with my skin tone, so it only gives a little bit of sheen on my eyelids, which I love. And if you like this kind of natural looks, I think you're going to enjoy this palette a lot because I think I really like it. And I literally don't have brushes. Anyways, I don't know why every time when I review an eyeshadow palette, it seems like most of my brushes are wet. But anyways, I'm going to try and think of something. So now I want to use the pale shade in the inner corners of my eyes just to highlight a little bit. See how it looks as highlighter. And it looks very pretty. So I think that this palette is a very interesting combination between, I'm getting the vibes of Nude Dip and Honeymoon, which are two of my all-time favorite Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes. And I think that for a lot of people, this is going to be a great eyeshadow palette. Now, obviously, I think if you have Nude Dip and Honeymoon, maybe you could skip this one if you're not a huge Tom Ford lover. It depends also on your budget, but okay, so can you see how beautiful this looks? And now I need a crease brush, and I don't have a crease brush, so I'll have to think of something. Maybe I'm just going to be using again this brush. So I'm going to dip my brush in the dark rich brown color because I want to use this in my crease just lightly. So I'm just going to use this color on the outer part of my crease. It is quite pigmented, as you can see. So use a little, like don't go like me, very intense. I'm gonna blend this now. And I'm just going to keep blending, but I really enjoy the shades. Okay, so a lot of you probably know and have noticed that actually the crease brush is one of the most important brushes to own, because if you don't have the right crease brush, you see how bad it is. And I'm not big on like complicated makeup looks. I usually like to do my makeup looks quite quickly, but I think this palette is going to be one of my favorite Tom Ford palettes. And I'm just going to also apply this brown shade on my outer lower lash line. And I'm going to edit out most of the blending just to make this video quicker. But let me know in the comments below if you want me to do tutorials using this eye color quad. Okay guys, so here is what I have so far. And yeah, even though blending did not went very well, I think that this is going to be one of my favorite Tom Ford palettes because... So now I'm just going to apply a little bit of black eyeliner because I think that this look is going to look beautiful with black eyeliner. And also I'm going to add mascara and I'm going to be back. But the first time using this palette, I think that this is going to be one of my favorites. Okay guys, so this is the final result, and even though I had some issues with blending and with not having crease brush, anyways, I have to say that so far, now this is the first time that I'm using the palette, but I have to say that it's probably going to be one of my favorite Tom Ford palettes because it is like a beautiful combination of Nude Dip and Honeymoon. So you have the nude colors and you have the statement colors, and I really like it. I appreciate the fact that here we have two nude colors and two statement colors. So I think that a lot of people are going to be able to create, and this palette in general gives you a lot of possibilities. It gives you the possibility to create an everyday look, very simple, very subtle, almost like a nude look. Actually a nude look, and also you can create a statement look, and the red shade is very interesting, and it's always good and handy to have this kind of color. So for sure in one of my next videos I'm going to update you about how I feel about this palette, but so far I like it. My first assessment is that I absolutely love it. So I hope this video was helpful and I hope you enjoyed all of the comparison swatches. Please make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!